WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany. Today I'm in Frankfurt at the InterWhisky 2018, together with...
Hi, I'm Gordon Dundas, International Brand Ambassador of Ian McLeod Distillers. So,
very good.
Representing Glengoyne today.
Glengoyne, yummy, yummy. Teapot dram and so on. The 21-year-old, absolutely wonderful. What batch are you on with the cask strength?
This is cask strength batch 6. So
exactly.
That's the one that came out this year. That 59.8%, and the first one we've ever done that's a 100% sherry. So refill and first fill sherry.
And I can only admit, yummy, yummy. All right. So, how old is the distillery, and what's a little bit of the history, please?
Well, Glengoyne's been around since 1833, and it's been, obviously with its location in the Southern Highlands, very near to Glasgow, always been unpeated. So it became part of Ian McLeod Distillers in 2003, and we then bought Tamdhu Distillery, and we're now also opening Rosebank Distillery. So we're doing quite a lot as an independent family business, which is fantastic. And yeah, Glengoyne renowned for its style, and we've used sherry casks through a lot of that history, and sherry casks are at the core of every Glengoyne that we produce. There's sherry in all of them, so it's a really, really fantastic range all the way up the scale to the 30 and beyond, maybe.
Oh, and maybe, here, you heard it here, right? And maybe beyond. Maybe we can just go through the core range. It usually starts off at 10, right?
Yeah, so we got the 10-year-old here. So the 10-year-old actually very different to the 12, not just because of 2 years. The main difference is this is all sherry. This is 30% first fill sherry and refill casks. The 12, we use a hint of bourbon in there,
right.
And in the 15, where we increase the bourbon content a little bit, still sherry. And then the 18, 21, 25, you start to see that real Oloroso sherry cask style come out, and particularly obviously in the 21 and 25, which are European oak only. So yeah, you start to get those Christmas flavors and that sort of raisin dark chocolate flavors in the wonderful 21 and 25. So that's pretty much how the range is put together. And the other thing that is very noticeable is we always use natural color. Yep. But we also fully mature. Yep. Exactly. You know, so everything is married together at the end, and that I think makes us stand out a little bit different as a small distillery. But yeah, I love the range. I love the diversity going through it. So, and you know, today we've had people. I love the 15. I love the 18. And yeah, no, it's been really, really good.
Very, very good. Here at the Whiskey, InterWhisky, everything happens here that we walk through cameras and so on.
Exactly.
There's no problem. We'll just keep on going here. That's great.
Exactly.
Now, what about the batch strength? That happened about this batch number 6, so once a year. Why did you start releasing that?
You mean the cask strength?
Exactly.
We released that, started about 6 years ago. We wanted to show Glengoyne at full power.
Okay.
Because the range is 40, 43, and until you get to 25, which is at 48, we wanted to bring out a sort of a boom. Exactly. So, you know, I think what that really shows is when you taste it is sometimes you think whiskey's at 50, 58, 59%, you go, oh, I'm going to have to add water to this. It's not the case with the cask strength. I'm not suggesting you shouldn't, but it's certainly something that you don't feel you need to rush to add water to. And the flavors, the enhanced flavors, you get a very different profile at that higher strength. So it's a very interesting product. I love this batch of cask strength. Like I love this teapot batch, which has just come out as well. So,
is there a reason why it took a year longer than normal for the teapot to come out?
Not particularly. I think it's always just a sort of as and when it's ready. We want to make a great whiskey, and sometimes you just need to wait a little bit, and that's really the only reason. But I mean, the 2,700 odd bottles that have come out, I know have been flying off. So if you want to get a teapot, get on the website. But you know, first fill sherry, and the whole story. We did a great Facebook Live about the teapot dram, which is... Not
everyone watched it. Would you mind telling us briefly why it's called teapot?
Well, it's all to do with dramming, which is that historical element of working in a distillery where you got given some whiskey up to 3 times a day, and yeah, you look at it now and you almost go, really? But of course, not all of it got drunk, and some of it went into a teapot in the and that's the sort of story behind it, and that's what inspired it. You know, the teapot dram, and it's, you know, we're on our 6th batch. I've met many people here today who've got all 6. And
yeah, I met someone last night as well. It was like, oh, teapot batch number 1. Wow.
Yeah. It's one of those whiskies that I think's become a little bit cult.
Yeah.
It's got a following. People love the style of it, and they definitely has something different to it, which is great.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
All right, WhiskyJason here. Anything in the future we can look forward to that you can talk about?
Yeah, I think there's always something exciting coming down the pipe. I mean, we've got a great range of single malts, all aged. But yeah, I think there's some things that we might bring in next year, which will be a little bit different. I presented a 20-year-old single cask here last night, which we did last year actually, which is all bourbon casks.
Oh, nice.
And I quite like Glengoyne in bourbon casks because I like that lighter style as well. So we may see something like that. We may not, but. I think there'll be some new stuff coming out next year.
All right, looking forward to it. WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American, together with
Gordon Dundas.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.